Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcoming you all to the cricket show, Cricket Happenings. This on Sunday, the 4th of February 2024. Again, a big thank you goes to all the subscribers who are subscribing to my cricket show. Thank you very much. And as usual, well, as far as international cricket is concerned, today, I have four matches to cover because at various parts where the cricket is being played. So basically, I'm going to keep it probably very brief, and we are going to look at all the salient features in that particular matches. So one, as far as India and England is concerned, it is absolutely well set. We are going into the 4 days, the second test at Vishakhapatnam, and England, been set a target of 399 runs for a win in this match. Definitely, if they manage to do that, they would be creating quite a record. England, you can't take them lightly. They play baseball cricket. They have been playing baseball cricket, and they are a very dangerous side. They need 332 runs, 2 full days to go, and I think definitely it is a big threat to India. Even though the pitch might turn, but with England, you never know. Right. So that is as far as India and England. Also for India, it was Shubman Gill who helped India get a very good lead in the innings. Finally, shrugging off his form, struggling in the initial stages, being a bit shaky, but finally gathering strength and finally playing a very good knock of 105. Third test done for Shubman Gill. As far as New Zealand versus South Africa test match was concerned, well, all eyes were on this particular test match. Especially, I was looking at it because I would like to look at the South African young talent, which had six debutants yesterday. Well, I have to say, the South Africans started off very well with one of the young pace bowlers by the name Shepo Moreki, really striking gold. Absolutely, Shama Joseph did it to Stephen Smith against Australia to pick up his first international wicket. And here comes Shepo Moriki, a young pace bowler, nice run up to the wicket. And he had Davon Conway, LBW, and then Tom Latham fell to Patterson. But after that, it was that captain Kane Williamson who was holding the fort along with young Rachin Ravindra registering his maiden test run. They took them to safety. Not only that, they finished off very strongly. In the end, New Zealand were well placed at 258 for two in this test match on day one, which is being played at Mount Maunganui in New Zealand. Other than that, Afghanistan versus Sri Lanka. Afghanistan did a good day had a good day on this third day. They took the honors, one could say, because they bowled out the Sri Lankans pretty quickly for 439. And in the second leg, they put up a very stern effort, one could call, because they were placed at 199 for one. They still have another 32 runs to wipe off the arrears. I think 42 runs rather. But there were some good performances. One was Ibrahim Zadran getting his maiden test done, not at 101, and also Noor Ali Zadran, who was making his debut, probably missing his maiden 50. And definitely Afghanistan are doing well, 199 for one at close of play on I think it's on the third day. Yes, it's on the day three between both the teams. And as far as Australia versus West Indies was concerned, it was another, I would say, not a very easy victory, but definitely a nice victory for the Aussies by 83 runs in the second ODI to go 2-zip in the ODI series. And I will talk about that as well. But as I again said, it's a two-match series. So Australia have already taken a winning lead. They already won the ODI series against the West Indies. Well, now basically, as I said, there are a lot of cricket going on, four matches all around the globe. So I'm going to start off with India versus England. So let's have a look at day three in the second test in Vishakhapatnam. And England, as I said, have been set up target of 399. So going to the overnight score there, India resumed their overnight score with Shubman Gill with all the wickets intact, as you would remember, 28 for none, and the Indians were bowled out for 255. But the effort of Shubman Gill really stood out. Yes, one would not say it was a very convincing innings from Shubman Gill, but he really stuck it out at the center, took his time, and finally eked out 104 runs with 11 fours and 2 sixes. But that will be something which is very refreshing for India, where Shubman Gill has been struggling with this form. He has not been able to convert his 50s. Here he comes converting it into a century. So that is something that Shubman Gill will be happy about, and India will be happy about. Contributions coming in from Shreyas Iyer with 29, and then we had 45 from Akshar Patel's bat with 6 boundaries, and Ravichandran Ashwin also doing a very good contribution of 29. Indians were all out for 255. So definitely the lead definitely helping, which set England a target of 399 runs for a win. The wicket takers, Anderson today picked up both the openers, 2 for 29, 3 for 88 for Rahman, did a good job at the end with the tail. Tom Hartley, impressive figures, 4 for 77, 3 for 88 for Rahman Ahmed, and one wicket to Bashir. England set a target of 399 runs for a win. They played baseball cricket, as we call it. Yes, Zach Crawley, I wouldn't say that it was a very smooth flowing innings, because India definitely cramped him up, Zach Crawley, but he was there, not out on 29. Ben Duckett was out to trying to sweep a ball. I think it was it was Ashwin who got the breakthrough. That was the only wicket India had when Duckett wicket was taken by Ashwin. 28 of 27, 6 fours. Rahan Ahmed also hit 2 fours in the knock of 9. And definitely, as I said, with England, you can't take chances. 399, absolutely within grasp. I wouldn't be surprised if England broke the record, but one thing is that this pitch could take, it is not really turning a lot. There is a bit of turn, no doubt. It is not easy to bat, but one probably thinks probably on the fourth day, the foot marks would be taken advantage of by our Indian spinners, because India has 3 spinners, and one only hopes that they can stop England in their tracks, because England, as I said, are a very dangerous side, and with 332 runs to get, anything is possible. It could be an Indian win, it could be an England win, but England also still in with a chance, even though they have to stage the most successful chase ever of 399 runs. But the good thing for England is that they have full 2 days to take advantage. I don't think with England that is going to be required, because England play baseball cricket. Right. Now let's move on to another test match here. We are moving to the test match between Sri Lanka versus Afghanistan. And it was a turn where Afghanistan, were conceding a big lead to Sri Lanka. But the Afghanistan bowlers on day 3 did a very nice job. They picked up the wickets. They got the Sri Lankans all out for 439. So that was a very good effort. Naveed Zadran picking up 4 wickets for 83 runs looked impressive. 2 for 76 for Nijat Masood. And talking about Nijat Masood, has a very good bouncer, Nijat Masood. And looking at the Sri Lankan card, after that, there was not much. Sadhir Samarukrama made 27. Chamira Gunashekara had to go out for a concussion. He was hit on the helmet by a Nijat Masood bouncer. And Afghanistan in their second leg, with a big lead taken by the Sri Lankans. They have done a wonderful job here, because they reached 199 for 1 at close of play. So they have still 9 wickets intact. So there's still a chance for Afghanistan to really, really show their skills, probably wear down the Sri Lankan bowlers, and get a very good total on the board. It will be very interesting to say. Ibrahim Zadran getting his maiden. Ibrahim Zadran is an attractive player from Afghanistan, and he played a fantastic knock, I thought. He played some nice shots through the arc between, I think, from the through the offside, mostly through the onside. I think he was predominantly strong. 101 runs with 11 boundaries for him. Nur Ali Zadran, missing up on an debut 50, one could call 47. Looked good as well, 5 boundaries. And Rahmat Shah, as I said, I've always been saying he is, for me, is the most technically perfect batsman in this Afghanistan lineup. And Rahmat Shah was not out on 46, so it would be absolutely left to Ibrahim Zadran and Rahmat Shah to really, as I said, wear out the Sri Lankan bowlers on the fourth day. But the pitch might take some turn. In Sri Lanka, you can always expect that. Right now, probably it is not turning in a huge manner, but I wouldn't be even the least surprised tomorrow if the pitch really starts turning. Asita Fernando, 1 for 35. So Afghanistan, well done there. They just have another 42 runs to wipe off, so they would be hoping that Rahmat Shah and Ibrahim Ali Zadran go the distance and really, first wipe off the 42 runs on the morrow, and then, leave it to the other Afghanistan batters to come there and make a statement. Now I'm going to go to the other test match. This was a test match I was really waiting, even though one would call it would have been a no contest. But I can tell you one thing: it was New Zealand versus South Africa, the first test at Mount Guanui. On the first match that the South Africans, these young and talented South Africans, are playing on the tour of New Zealand. They had 6 debutants yesterday. They had Clyde Fortune, Edwin Moore, Neil Brand, the South African captain, making his debut, Luanti Swart, Reynard von Tonder, Shope Moruki. We'll talk about Shope Moruki. Shope Moruki, as I said, like Shamar Joseph of West Indies, he had a great start to international cricket when he, with his very first ball in his international cricket of his life, in international cricket in his career, picked up the wicket. What a feeling that would have been. Picked up the wicket of Devon Conway, very first ball in Test cricket. Devon Conway was gone. This ball, he was coming from round the wicket to Devon Conway. The ball was pitched right on a good length spot. And Devon Conway was beaten by the movement of the delivery. The new cherry being brand new, it really took the wicket. There was some movement, and Conway was the one who was walking back. He was absolutely pumped up, and why not? Moreki was on fire, one could call, because the way he did it, it was absolutely stunning. Devon Conway, one of the big wickets, because it's a huge wicket for sure, because we all know Devon Conway's quality as a New Zealand batsman, and that was Devon Conway gone. LBW Moreki for 1. So good start for the South African young unit led by Neil Brand, and then the other experienced bowler Patterson picking up the wicket of Tom Latham as to Fortune, caught by Fortune on the bowling of Patterson, and the ball was slanting across, and he was snapped up by debutant Fortune. So he was gone for 20, but after that, with the experience of Kane Williamson, the captain, going on to his 30th test run, he was not out on 112 with 15 boundaries, and Rachin Ravindra, getting his maiden test run. So that was something. That was maiden test run for Rachin Ravindra, another young and talented New Zealand player, not out 118 with 13 fours and 1 6. So definitely South Africans taking the initiative in the first session with 2 wickets, but after that it was New Zealand all the way. as New Zealand finished at 258 for 2. Let's looking at the bowling figures of the South African young unit here. Duan Oliver, we all know he's a very, very experienced bowler. Then he had to be cold pack, and then he came back. Duan Oliver, 19 overs, 2 maidens, he was wicketless, but he's their prime bowler. Shepo Moriki, as I said, maiden international wicket of his very first delivery, 1 for 81. Dale Patterson, 1 for 59. Ruanti Swart was a bit unlucky not to get a wicket, 14 overs, 4 maidens, none for 24. And the captain, Neil Brand, himself had a trundle. 9 overs, no maiden, none for 31 for Neil Brand. Now we are going to the last leg of this cricket happening show today, and we are looking at the second ODI between the Aussies, the Australia and West Indies, which was yesterday played at the Sydney Cricket Ground. And Australia, as I said, have already won the series. It was the second ODI, and Australia beat the West Indies by 83 runs in the second ODI to take a winning lead of 2-0 in the series. And basically, they won it. Now, let's talk about Australia. They had 2 debutants yesterday. One was Jake Fraser-McGurk. Now, we all know that Jake Fraser-McGurk has scored the fastest. He holds the record for the fastest list A century this season in Australia, when he scored a century of 29 balls, which also beat the record of none other than the South African great A.B. de Villiers and another West Indian great, Chris Gale, who also took 30 balls. I think it was 31 balls for A.B. de Villiers. Gale had taken 30 balls, but this young teen sensation, Jane Fraser-McGurk, just 21 years old, was everybody's eyes were absolutely trained on this young kid, and we saw what he could do, because this bloke, it doesn't require any siders. The very first delivery from Alzari Joseph was brought into the side. The very first ball, he tried to bang him. He missed it. That is quite a different thing. And after that, Joseph beat him outside the off stump. But what an over that, he went for over. The third delivery, I think Jake Fraser-McGurk decided he came down to Alzari Joseph as if he was dealing with a spinner, came down the wicket to Alzari Joseph and lofted him straight over the pickets for a boundary. And the next ball, that was a stunning shot. Look at that bat speed. We all know that Jake Fraser-McGurk, I'm told that he's predominantly extremely strong on the on side. And we saw that one was absolutely on the slot, but look at the bat speed, the way he swung his bat, the ball traveled miles, and also the bat speed, as we call about in cricket. Jake Fraser-McGurk, absolutely young talented teen sensation, and he sent the ball soaring over the ropes to the joy of the Australian fans for a 6. But after that, the joy was all short-lived, as Joseph, who has been probing on that offline, because they've done their homework on Fraser-McGurk. They would have probably looked at a lot of videos, and he decided that he's going to get his man, and he forced Jake Fraser-McGurk to edge one, which was going away from him, and that was the end of it. Shai Hope taking the catch. Jake Fraser-McGurk was gone for 10, but definitely I can say is a bundle of young bundle of talent from Australia. But it was really exciting to watch Jake Fraser-McGurk in action, even though it was for a brief while. Now let's talk about the West Indian card. The toss was good to win. So Shai Hope decided very rightly to go and have a ball at the Aussies, and the Aussies were absolutely at sea. They were 91 for 5 one stage. Alzari Joseph making his presence felt, picked the wicket of the other player, opener Inglis. Cameron Green looked good with his 33, 5 fours, 1 6 of 41 deliveries. Stephen Smith was bowled by Matthew Ford, another very impressive bowler. And I feel that Matthew Ford is also someone who can be trusted to do some good things. Marnus Labuschagne went for 26, but it was all about the 2 spinners. Now, if you look at Alzari Joseph's bowling figures, but the only man for Australia who actually came and rescued them would be would be Sean Abbott. All-round performance from Sean Abbott with the bat and the ball. With the bat, he scored 69 of 63, 1 4 and 4 6s, and then also shown with the ball, taking the Man of the Match award in this winning effort. As I said, the Aussies were struggling at 91 for 5. Aaron Hardy contributed 26. Sean Abbott, 69, as I said. And also there was another debutant, Will Sutherland. Since the gravity of the situation demanded that someone had to really stay there at the wicket and see to it that the 50 overs is fully played, and that's what precisely Will Sutherland did. Will Sutherland is the son of the former CEO of the Australian Cricket Board, James Sutherland, and he has been doing well in the domestic scene in Australia. And here he comes, no boundaries, decided to just give some company to Sean Abbott, contributing a neat 18. And finally, 258 for 9 on the board. And as far as the West Indians were concerned, it was, as I said, there were two bowlers who impressed. One was Matthew Ford. Every time I have a look at this bowler, I feel Matthew Ford is up to something. 9 overs, 1 minute, 1 for 32 for Matthew Ford. Gudakesh Moti, very impressive bowling figures. 10 overs, no more than 3 for 28. They both cramped the Aussies. Shepherd 2 for 50. O'Shane Thomas 1 for 33. Chase 10 overs, 1 for 40. West Indies, in their effort, faltered. There was not much to really talk about as far as the West Indians were concerned, barring Kisi Karki, who continued his good form that he showed in the first ODI, this time contributing 40 or 50 when Delvery's 2 4s and 1 6. Shea Hope, the captain, making 29 of 65 with 1 6. Chase making 25. Other than that, there was not much to really talk about. There was John Otley, who made his debut, but he was snapped up by Inglis of the bowling habit for 8. And other than that, they decided to leave out Hayden Walsh and the former Australian player and cricket commentator Mark Waugh in the Fox Sports box said that he was a bit surprised at Hayden Walsh's omission from the side, because he felt that the Aussies, he always felt that Aussies would have probably have a challenge against Hayden Walsh. Matthew Ford 7, Joseph May contributed 19, a quick fire. But nothing was enough in the final bend. It was all over. The Aussies had gone over the West Indies. They were bowled out for 175. The Aussies winning by 83 runs. Bowling, Hazelwood picked up 3 for 43, 3 for 40 for Sean Abbott. The good all-round performance of Sean Abbott. Hardy looked really on the money. 8 overs, 2 minutes, 1 for 27. Will Sutherland also showed his bowling wares very well. 8 overs, no maiden, 2 for 28. And Adam Zampa, 9.3 overs, no maiden, 1 for 31. And that brings an end to this cricket show, cricket happenings for the day on this Sunday. So the weekend cricket show comes to an end today. And keep an eye on all the matches. There are 3 matches still going on, and I'll always be keeping an eye. And always, you guys have been fantastic. You have been offering me great support on this cricket show on my social media. Hook on to me. Go to my Twitter page. You can look at my Facebook. You can go into my cricket website, www.cricket-status.com. Dear fans and subscribers, this being said, wish you all a good day wherever you are, or a good night wherever you are. And it's your host, Ram, signing off this on a weekend, promising you I'll be seeing you folks next Saturday. Until then, it's goodbye from here. Thank you.